Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Krishno Rakshatu no Jagatraya Guruhu Krishnam Namasyamyaham. Krishne Namarasatravo Vinihataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishna Deva Samuthitam Jagadidam Krishnasya Dasosmyaham. Krishne Tisthati Sarvametadakhilam. He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Srimanarayana. So today we'll start chapter 14, sloka 21. Okay. So in sloka 20, Lord Krishna said, transcend the three qualities. That means overcome the effects of the three qualities. So, don't surrender to those three qualities or don't be affected by those three qualities manifested in the body. Okay, so then when you after you transcend these three qualities, you're liberated from these sorrows, and then you will enjoy the pure state of Atma. So that's what Lord Krishna said in 20. So Arjuna is asking the question now in 21. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Kairlingaistreen Gunanetan
Kairlingais Strin Gunanetam
Atito Bhavati Prabho
Atito Bhavati Prabhu
Kimachara Katham Chaitan
Kima
Kimachara Katham Etam
Trin Gunanati Vartate.
Trin Gunanati Vartate
Understand together. Kairlingaistreen
Kairlingais Strin Gunanetam
Atito
Atito
Bhavati
Bhavati
Kimachara
Chaitan
Trigunan
Ativartate. So Arjuna is asking, obviously, he wants to know about this overcoming the three qualities, right? So, the question is, um, what is overcoming the three qualities is could have been asked, but he's asking in a slightly different way, which is more practical, right? Okay. Kair lingai Trin gunan etan atitaha bhavati. Prabho, O Lord. Okay. Etan trin gunan, these three qualities, atitaha bhavati, or overcome, right? Or surmounted, transcended. Okay. Bhavati is become so. So one who has transcended these three qualities, Kairlingai. So by what internal characteristics? Okay. So by what internal characteristics one becomes transcended? Um, one surmounts. In English, if you do that, so you can take out the becomes. One transcends these three qualities. So what should be the internal characteristics? What are the marks, internal characteristics, of a person? Atitaha is kind of a person who has exceeded. Okay. What he exceeded these three qualities. So what are the internal characteristics of that person? And then kimacharaha. Okay. Um, so achara means conduct, behavior, right? So by what, you can extend the kaihi, by what, to this also. By what conduct, okay, uh, one exceeds the three qualities, right? So I mean the lingai and acharaha is we need to understand. One is internal characteristics, and achara is like what do they normally do? Like what is their nature in external characteristic, their behavior that we can see. Internal characteristics are like we cannot see, like what they're thinking probably. Yeah? When their internal nature. Acharas are like what they do typically, their behavior. You know, so one who has exceeded these three qualities, what are their internal characteristics and what are their external behavior, and um, katham, okay, katham ativartate. So katham means how. So by what means ativartate? By what means do they transcend? Again, he said etan trin gunan. So by what means uh, one is transcending, or the one who has transcended, what are the means that they are employing, how to transcend these three qualities. So, I mean, very good question. So we need to understand the internal nature, external nature, and what they have to do in order to exceed the three qualities. And if we do that, then we are, we will, like it's like an example. So take a person and tell me what he has done in order to exceed these three qualities. And if you tell me that, I can follow what they did and I will also exceed those three qualities. Exceed means not get more. It is transcending, like overcoming, uh, surmounting, surpassing those three qualities. Okay, not affected by those three qualities. Any questions on that? No.
When
So
is he
let us.
asking the people who look, or the is he asking the persons who transcended these things look like?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, what one who has transcended these three qualities, what is their internal nature? What is his or her internal nature? What is their external behavior? What is their conduct? Um, and what do they do? I mean, like, what are the means that they employed to overcome this? Um, so, that person has done something, let us say, to overcome it. What is it? Tell me.
Yeah, how are they different from other person?
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Like by knowing that person, I know exactly. I can put myself in
The
one.
benchmark. Who's the
Yeah,
benchmark? Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I am like this, and this person is like this. So, what is the difference? Delta between the two. If the
Like he
delta
asked
is,
a similar question in chapter 2, Satapragnasya ka bhasha.
yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Similar question.
Perfect. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, very good. So 22. So Lord Krishna is answering. श्रीभगवानुवाच
Shri
श्रीभगवानुवाच
प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च
प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च
मोहमेव च पाण्डव
Mohame chava Pandava.
Nadvesti sampravruttani
Nadvesti sampravruttani.
na nivruttani kankshati.
Na nivruttani kankshati.
Stand together. Prakasham
Prakasham cha pravrittim cha. Mohameva cha Pandava. Nadvesti sampravruttani. Nivruttani kankshati.
So Lord Krishna is answering. Okay, he's saying, so Pandava, Arjuna, Nadvesti. Okay, it's in the middle. Okay, so Nadvesti. So this person, he's talking about this person now. Okay, the person who has transcended the three qualities. What does he do? Nadvesti. He does not hate. Dvesti is hating, right? Hate. So it does not hate. What he does not hate is prakasam, pravrittim, moham. Okay. Prakasam is, typical, true translation is illumination. Prakasam. So this prakasam, pravrittim, moham, these are all in the objective case. Second vibhakti. Okay, so object of the sentence. So he does not hate prakasam. So it is true meaning is illumination, but here it is referring to the knowledge, that is the effect of sattva. Okay, and pravrittim is activity. Okay, which is the effect of rajas. Moham is delusion, which is the effect of tamas. Okay, so he does not hate the effects of these three qualities. Okay, so I mean it's not like he's stopping. It's totally, he can get rid of those three qualities. No, he cannot get rid of the three qualities. He is not hating the effects of the three qualities. Okay, I mean this is very important. The next few slokas, if we understand very clearly, it gives us peace. You could say that, oh, you can overcome by shutting ourselves down completely, but that's not how it works, right? We have to live in this world. We got this body with certain characteristics already inbuilt, right? And we get sleep, we get hungry, we have to do the activity, we have to earn money. So there's so many things that we have to do with our body. And so these qualities are inherent, inbuilt into the body already. So it is not like you can get rid of them completely. There's no way to get rid of them. Okay. um, but how do you overcome them? He is giving the answers to us. Okay, so one is you should not be hating the effects of those three qualities. Don't hate it. Okay.
Yeah, here I have a question,
Sure.
sir. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt you. Not hating, right? For example, say tamas. Due to tamas, say I'm not able to, it's affecting me basically. I may be sleeping or procrastinating or something I'm doing. So many times we regret. Oh, I should have done this. Why? So that is, we will be very upset with ourselves, but we are not really seeing the cause for that, right, Thomas?
Yeah, don't be upset.
So
And
we are not upset with the tamasic guna, right? We are saying, oh, I should have done that. I didn't do it. Oh, I always, feel lazy. It's like always blaming ourselves.
yeah,
But
who are
not,
you blaming? I mean, who are you blaming in that
I
case?
know the Atma that is affected by these gunas, right?
You're blaming, you should not be blaming yourself, because
Mm-hmm.
yourself does not have those qualities. See, he gave the um, he gave the background knowledge already. Like Atma is not the agent of anything.
Right.
Okay, so something happens, let us say, that you didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Then who did it? What was the, who is the agent? Which are the gunas? Gunas do not belong to Atma.
Mm.
So don't blame yourself.
Mm.
Your Atma. Atma is not responsible for it. Okay,
Mm.
Atma is not the agent for it. It is not like you inherently have that bad quality.
Mm.
You do not have the bad quality at all inherently. It is because of the effect of the quality that is superimposed on you.
Mm.
Okay, effect of the quality that is coming from the nature. Okay, so those qualities are the reasons why anything is happening. Okay, they are the agents of actions. Any result that occurs is because of the, I mean, anything that is happening is because of the gunas only. We are not agents of actions. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
first have that clarity. Then we are not uh, like, if let us say in the example that Badrigara gave, like there's a mirror and there is dust on the mirror and we are not able to see clearly.
Mm.
Is it the mirror inherently not clear, or is it the dust that is not making the mirror not show properly?
Mm. Dust, obviously.
That's right. But we lack the that differentiation. We think like when if we don't know that there is a dust on it, we
Mm.
think the mirror is dusty. Something is wrong with the mirror.
Right.
So when some bad is there, okay, or good is there also, we immediately associate it with that person, either ourselves or somebody else. We don't separate out those effects from the person. When I say when the person means the Atma. So there is Atma and there is body, and the qualities that you are seeing, the actions that you are seeing are the actions of the gunas of the body, which are acquired from the nature. Okay, so the gunas are the reasons why something is happening. So if let us say uh, we see something that we don't like. Okay, don't um, jump to conclusion that something is wrong with me first. Okay, or something is wrong with that person. Okay, so that Atma. Let us see that the sentence is not complete. So do not hate these qualities, effects of these qualities, sampravruttani, in matters when they prevail, occur, or present. Okay, so wherever these qualities are there, okay, um, and you're seeing the effects of those qualities, don't hate them. You understand why it is happening. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Uh,
So if the ignorance is gone, then um, that person should not be hating either himself or herself
yeah,
or gunas, because now he has a knowledge. Now he knows why it's happening. So he
yeah,
has to find out a way to come out.
yeah. That is what is overcoming the guna.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I mean, if you think something is wrong with yourself as an Atma, then we can correct ourselves, right? There's
Right.
nothing like you can fix it. Yes, something is wrong already, which is, I mean, which is not true. There is nothing wrong with the Atma. Nobody, all the Atmas are pure, right?
Yeah.
They are not the reasons why somebody is acting in a, you know, aggression, anger, hate, laziness, or, ignorance, whatever it is. It
Mm.
is not, there, whatever effects that you see,
Mm.
uh, um, whatever actions that are happening, they're all the agents of everything is gunas only.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, it'll be little bit more clear as we go along. It is a
Yeah.
difficult
Second part-
concept.
Yeah, the second part is more clear. Like, I'm able to get it. Like, he's not he will not crave for if he's separated. That means once
Yeah.
we don't have those gunas, okay, we are not again going after those. So,
Yeah. So, I mean, when they are present,
Mhm. Also, you should
don't hate it.
right,
When they're absent, don't desire for it. That
right.
is na kangshati nivruttani. So
Mm.
don't desire for them or crave for them when nivruttani, when they're not there in that.
Mm.
Okay. I
Mm.
mean, let us take examples, right? I mean,
Mhm.
of course, knowledge is so great, so we cannot take that knowledge, hate, hating knowledge or craving for knowledge. It is a little bit confusing, but let us take the activity as an example.
Mm.
Okay. So we should not be hating the following. Okay. When
Mm.
we are going to perform or performing an activity for
Mm.
someone or something who we do not like or desire. Okay. So we are going to perform something, and uh, um, that we do not like.
Mhm.
Okay. So there is an activity in the one that we do not like. Okay. Don't hate that.
Mm.
Okay. The activity that exists, that which is in the um, whatever that you are going to do, right, in the matter. Okay. So don't hate that. um, I mean, simple examples. uh, so the activity is washing dishes.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
to my mind, actually. No,
What is it?
exactly came to my mind. In fact, I'm saying, I don't know. You're going to get. I was exactly thinking about same thing, washing dishes, kind of a thing. We don't like it, but we need to wash it.
Yeah. Yes.
No one likes it.
That's what usually you know that, right?
Yeah. Washing dishes, or cleaning something, or um, you know if we are doing something now we don't like somebody, but we have to do some activity for that person.
Mm.
What do? You hate the activity? You should not be hating the activity.
I think
Yeah, go ahead.
maybe I don't want to interrupt. I think, I mean, I can realize it. I think there's a third point here, right? Which you should add, I think, because yes, I get what you're saying. I mean, dishes and these things, at least, yes. I mean, I don't like it, but still, I think I should not hate the activity. I should do it, or maybe don't do it, whatever it is, right? I think that's fine. Um, but third thing is, if someone kills a person, should hate that activity, right? I think, I mean, someone is killing, and I should hate that activity. I can understand. I may not hate the person, but I still should hate that activity. Well, that's not the more barbaric kind of situation where someone is kind of doing that thing, right? I think um, uh, you're right. I mean, I should still hate that activity if it is not that comes in tamas. You're talking about the ones which I get that other one, like example, like someone killing,
Huh?
someone doing bad things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Okay. uh, Um, see, the effect of rajas is activity. Okay. Why do you hate this? I mean, it's already, that is the, you know, the result. Okay. So let us say effect of tamas is delusion. Okay. So why do you hate delusion? Delusion is a quality inherently there. There's no need to hate it. I know it's a little bit.
I didn't realize that. Oh,
So when it is prevailing in something, okay, that we are either it's there in the object or in the activity that we are doing, you know, some matter, right? That situation, okay. Don't hate that. You understand that it is effect of the these three qualities is what we are saying. Okay, it's not like it is coming from falling down from somewhere else. Like sattva does not give act, you know, like activity is not coming out of sattva. Activity is coming out of rajas. It is supposed to come out of it. I mean, why hate it, right? I mean, delusion is supposed to be, you know, that is the result of tamas or effect of tamas. Then why hate delusion? You know that these three qualities are there. They will be there. Okay, there's no need to hate anything. I mean, the uh, one of the things that we are, you know, we typically tend to do is we learn likes, dislikes, you know, or likes and hates, right? Uh, so I hate this, I like this, right? Everything we try to separate them into two categories.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah,
That
yeah.
is, the if we are there, then we'll never overcome these three gunas. Okay. So when we know that the delusion is going to be there because of this quality, tamas, then why hate delusion? It is natural. Okay. So basically, um, so I mean, this is from our acharyas, right? So there are two categories of things that are other than self. Like, so typically, you know, self does not have, self means atma does not have these three qualities. So who has qualities? Something other than self, outside, right? Um, so imagine like atma, everything. Atma does not have these three qualities. It does not have the effects of these three qualities. Okay, so atma does not have sattva, rajas, and tamas. Now, who has it? So everything outside atma has it.
Nature.
Of course, excluding paramatma, the nature, right?
Yeah.
So the nature has these three qualities. Now, this atma is, you know, typically we have some likings, dislikings. Okay, right? So this hatred comes from that. So so some things which are undesirable and things which are desirable. Those are the two categories.
Yeah.
If you just categorize everything else in the nature, okay. Um, so in these two categories of things or activities, and you know, all the situations, people, you know, or objects, nature, whatever it is, two categories: desirable category, undesirable category. Do not hate the effects of the three gunas concerned with the undesirable worldly matters. Okay. Um, see, undesirable worldly matters are going to give you some things which we tend
Yeah,
to hate them.
yeah,
I mean, washing dishes, I said, right? Or some person that we don't like immediately, you know, when they come in front of us. So so we should not be hating the effects of the three gunas that occur in these undesirable worldly matters that are present in these three the undesirable worldly matters. So in a way, I think, I mean, basically what happens is once we stop hating, then they don't become undesirable anymore. I mean, uh, these two go hand in hand. We hate the effects of the, three gunas, right? We hate the effects. That's why they became undesirable, right? So once we stop hating, then we become indifferent to them. We may not like them, but we become indifferent, which is the next sloka that Lord Krishna comes to. So first he said, do not hate it, because this is what our tendency is. And he also said, do not crave for the effects of the three gunas. When desirable matters are there, especially when they are gone. So I mean, when as long as it is there, we enjoy, no problem, right? Uh, but when it is not there with us, so like I like a dish I want to eat, okay, and I'm craving for that, right? So that is the effect of the three gunas. I mean, I have the desire to uh, enjoy the dish, but the dish is not there. Now I'm craving for it. Don't crave, he's saying. Okay. Now that is one. Or let us say, I really like a particular dish. Okay. Usually, I mean, when it is made properly, I really like it. And one day I start eating and, it doesn't taste the same. What happens typically?
Whether you're sick or
No, I mean, okay, if you are physically not well, that's okay. But let us say we are physically well,
yeah,
but the taste is different.
yeah.
We
After a
become
while,
what?
right? Once you eat something.
Slowly, yeah.
We are unhappy immediately, or we shout at people,
Oh,
Mm,
right? So we are craving for something,
mm,
the taste, and when it is missing, that is turning into other things. It's a side effects, right? So don't hate when opposite things are coming. I mean, you don't. They're undesirable things coming to you. Don't hate the effects of these three gunas in those undesirable things, and don't crave for the effects of the three gunas uh, in the things that you desire. You like. Okay. So, I mean, some more examples like, we want to, like, we would like to volunteer, right? But the volunteering is to, let us say, clean bathrooms. How do you feel? Okay. So, let us say they call 10 volunteers, and then one of the volunteers is given the task of cleaning bathrooms. Or they say, oh, okay, one of you have to pick up the task of cleaning the bathrooms. So again, there is a movement that comes in us, right? I don't like it, I hate it, and I wish I didn't come. And I mean, the um don't hate it. Don't just do the activity. Don't hate the activity. Don't crave for something that is not there, that is missing, that you liked. Okay. Don't hate when something comes to you which you don't like. Okay. So that is what Lord Krishna is saying. Don't, so nadvesti sampravruttani. So in these matters, don't hate the effects of the three gunas and don't desire for the effect of these three gunas when the same vritti or the matters are separated. When they are separated or the matter is separated, basically we are craving for the effects of the three gunas when they don't exist, or when they exist we are hating them. Don't do that.
Also,
Don't hate an activity like I have to do a job, for example. We should not be hating that activity. I should do the activity because that is my duty. I have to do it. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. If you go to the next page, right? I mean, the meaning of that. When Badri Garu asked if a person kills, that activity is bad.
Oh, I didn't
But
answer
what?
that.
When I was reading this, when we are going to perform or performing an activity for someone, something who we do not like or desire. So this is what comes to my mind. Say, for example, if I hate my boss or my coworker, but if I will have to work with them or do something for them, um, so I should not uh, hate doing that for them.
Yeah,
Also, I first of all, I mean, if I'm a good Gita practitioner, I should not be even hating the person. That's a different thing.
yeah,
Even then, the whatever the work that needs to be performed, we need to do that. That's how
yeah.
I understood. But
Right,
coming
right.
to Badri's Gari question, like if a person kills the somebody, right? Yeah, definitely it's bad. Um, but again, our Gita says we need to understand why that. Stop hating that person. We need to understand why that person is acting like that, and he should be
Yeah,
punished, of course.
yeah. That's right.
And yeah, active killing is bad, but that's what that guna creates.
Yeah, I mean, there is no hatred there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we are doing our duty.
Mm-hmm.
So, let us take this example, right? So, somebody did really bad. So, let us say um, a terrorist killed 100
Mm.
people.
Right.
Okay, and then we get a chance to punish the terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
Do we try to take revenge on that person?
Yeah, it's not
No,
taking
right? I mean,
revenge.
that is the revenge in the sense that uh, like going
We need
overboard
to
than what
stop that
needs to be
activity.
done because we hated that person or hated that activity. It
Mm.
actually turns into something really bad. Okay,
Bad. Yeah.
so we had to punish, but that act,
Active. Yeah.
yeah. So the effect of that activity we don't hate,
Right.
and we don't crave for that. Like I want to
Right.
really punish this terrorist. I mean, we don't. It is not like that. Basically, what happens is we are getting sucked into the effects of the three gunas. We don't overcome the gunas. Okay, we do our duty. We have to do our duties. Okay, but we are not going to be affected by the gunas. Basically, the gunas that show effect on us, okay, that basically um, can lead us to either hatred or craving. So, what Lord Krishna is saying, don't do that. Okay, then we are overcoming the effect of the three gunas, isn't
Mm.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is, see, when uh, um, salesman comes, that example I was giving earlier, and tries to influence you. I mean, influence you to buy, right? I mean, uh, if you start arguing and fighting with that person, that you're basically that is one reaction, or you're basically buying whatever he sells. Is another one, right? Don't do any of those. You are getting affected by that guna. If you if you are no, I mean, here in this case, you are getting affected by that act of selling and the person. Okay. So when you overcome it, so when you overcome or surpass, then you will neither be fighting with that person, nor be hating that person, nor be buying whatever he sells, right? That is what we, surpassing or overcoming the three gunas. These three gunas are hitting us. I mean, the effects of the three gunas are hitting us. We are not reacting to them. We are not hating them. We are not craving for them. We don't, basically, whenever we like something, right? Any effect that we like, usually we don't hate. So typically, hatred happens only when something undesirable comes in front of us, and that has the guna that is affecting us. So whatever, let us say there is an undesirable thing. So a salesman came to us. I mean, just to give an example. And then there is an undesirable guna that is impacting us. Then don't hate it. Okay. So then you will overcome that guna. Okay. You will be able to surpass. You will be able to take a right decision and not be affected by the guna. Let me.
But
I
is it?
mean, if yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead, Badrigara.
I don't know. I have. I don't know. I think it's good to discuss this point actually because I mean I don't want to digress, but still this one, right? I mean, I just want to go to history. I mean, how most of us learn this from childhood, right? We learn this is hate, this is bad, this is good. That's how we learn, right? Most of it, at least, right? That
Yeah.
all that and but at that age, I mean, I'll just give an example. If someone is smoking a cigarette at that age, and my dad used to tell me, "Oh, don't have friends, don't make friendship with him," right? Because he's concerned that something like that, right? I mean, that's how we learn, and uh, that means I look at that guy as a bad guy, and I don't make friendship with him, right? Because my parents want me to be cautious that I don't smoke and I don't do those bad things, right? That's how we kind of brought up, at least, right? And at the age, that's easy to understand, and for that age, right? I mean, because if I make friendship with him, and I will also start smoking and do bad things, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
side effect of that. So. Uh, how should we, because I'm sure some of us grown ups, but at least if I have grandkids or anyone, I mean, how should we treat them differently rather than saying, okay, don't hate that guy, it's a bad thing, and he's doing bad things, he's a bad guy, right? That's how we treat them, right? That's how we learn, man. That's what I kind of brought up actually, right? And because you're teaching kids Bhagavad Gita now, how would you explain them at that age, the easy to for them to understand, right?
Mhm.
And so that they take a right step, right? At least they develop good qualities.
Yeah. I mean, smoking is injurious to health, and by being in the company of those people, there is a possibility that you may also get affected by it. So don't do that.
But he's a bad guy,
Okay.
right? You tell him that a bad guy.
Yeah, that is the. I mean, we that is easy for us to say and easy for them to understand because they are not at the level of overcoming these three gunas, right? So so yeah, it is um, if we have to do apply to ourselves, right? Then we know that it is not good for health, so we don't do it, and we know that it is contagious. The bad qualities are contagious, so we don't be in the presence of those people, right? So we don't interact with them. Not that I hate that person, not that I hate that kind of activity by itself. Okay, because the what I don't want is to affect me. Okay, so I will not be making friends with that person. Okay, so uh, Yeah, it is little bit confusing, but I think as we progress along, we will be able to, put the pieces together. At this time, we are saying that don't hate and don't crave for things. Don't hate when they come in front of you, right? And or don't crave for things when they are absent. Okay. S-
Yeah, there
Yeah,
was just one more point on this, Andy.
sure.
So the person who overcome these three gunas, right? I mean, we have only three gunas in entire creation.
Yeah.
Who has overcome three gunas? The guna that another guna, not guna, another status that he has. Can we name it as sthita pragyata? No. The fourth, the state that he is in. See, we know the state of person who is too rajasic or too tamasic or
Yeah.
too whatever, but he has overcome. So he is in. Even though we are saying only there are three gunas, now he has overcome and he's a fourth state, just like fourth status of the matter.
No, this is not a state. Again,
Sthita,
this is not a
can we
guna.
call the other guna sthita pragyata?
There is no other guna.
Okay. Because he's atitam to everything, right? Now the person is, he's not affected,
Yeah.
he's not anything, he's a pure
I mean,
calm.
he's able to do things which are without being affected by the gunas. That is Sthita Pragnata. All right. But it is not like another quality.
Okay.
His Sthita
There's that
Pragna
balance.
is the knowledge is stable, in his mind, right? Is So this knowledge is stable in his mind, and now whatever he does is going to be not because of being affected by these gunas, but because of whatever he's supposed to do, right?
Okay, because I was comparing with the states of matter, so solids, liquids, gaseous. Okay, there is another form, plasma.
No, this is
That
different.
I was looking at that. Okay.
So basically, the nature has only three qualities.
Right,
It's a
right.
mixture of three qualities. It's pure sattva is not there, pure rajas is not there, pure tamas is not there. It is a mixture. One is dominant, and so every person, our body, one is dominant at any point of time. But when the knowledge is firm and stable in our mind, then we will not be affected by these three gunas. And we will do activity as karma palatyagi and as jnani.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, we'll actually look at those qualities again if time permits. So this is building, it's building one on top of the other. So don't think that that was the end of the answer. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So and hopefully it becomes clear as we go along.
Okay.
Some of the things what we tell people could be different depending on their state, right? So depending on which stage they are in, we don't start teaching them Bhagavad Gita if they're not, they don't know any basics and they don't want to understand. They don't want to, they don't want to listen. They ridicule the knowledge, and then we have to tell something else, even though we know the truth. We have to tell something else. So like, oh, if you do this, some devil will come and take you away, so don't do it.
That's the thing I'm kind of worried.
Yeah. I mean, because they're not at that stage.
Exactly.
They don't understand Bhagavad Gita.
And yeah, forget about kids, right? Even the adults don't understand. So
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we have to, but this is for us.
yeah.
So, and also, I mean, wherever possible, if it is applicable, yeah, we will tell people accordingly. But
Yeah.
even for us also, it is difficult. It's very difficult. But we can try to apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me, my daughter, right, when she was young, when normally when kids don't sleep, we'll say, okay, butcher, I mean, the beggar comes or somebody. We
Yeah.
create some figure and say, she used to sleep. Now, the other day, recently, she was like kind of complaining, Mom, you said that. I mean, you created a fear in me by doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's very challenging, right? I mean, in that state, we can't really give them too much reasoning. If you don't sleep, what happens? So normally all moms do that. Oh, if you don't do this, this will happen.
Yeah.
So the other day,
Yeah.
my daughter was saying, "Yeah, what can I do?" Yes,
Yeah. I mean, they will also understand.
right.
That's
I mean,
they
yeah,
will also understand that.
she knows why I did, but she's a matured kid. But I was just
So
imagining,
yeah, I mean, so sometimes we may have to say some things that
mm,
because the recipient is not ready to take what we
right,
say, and if we tell that person, they may take advantage of it, right?
yeah,
I mean, if we tell them saying that rajas and tamas are not, I don't hate this activity, and then let us say somebody wants to take advantage. Oh, okay, then I will hurt you. Okay,
mm,
then you
mm.
should not be reacting to
React
to.
to it, yeah,
I mean, they we by Lord Krishna doesn't say don't react, but that's what they understand.
mm,
All right. So they may think that whatever we are saying is like, oh, you guys have to be just take whatever I say. If I cheat you, also you should not say anything. Just you should be living like a monk. That's
mm-hmm,
what their understanding of Bhagavad
right,
Gita would be, because uh, they want to like twist it,
mm,
right?
yeah,
So they will try to present it in such a way that this particular line says this way, so and you have to follow it. Now let me do whatever I want to you, and
right,
you have to listen. Which is so that's why Lord Krishna was very clear in saying that this knowledge has to be given only to those people who are willing to listen, willing to practice, um, and not to those people who want to take advantage of it.
mm, right,
I mean, here, I mean, Ushika, I think just your point, right? I think
mm,
here, just give an example. My nephew's daughter, she
mm,
said, jada means I don't know how to call it. So in English, I don't know what to call it as, and braided hair, something like that. I think I'm just schooling it. But I think she said that she's a 4-year-old. She said that her mom, if you do jadas, then I'll call cops, right?
oh.
I mean, that's how these kids are here. I mean,
Yeah, my kids also first day after their kindergarten they came home and said what was taught in the school, that if your mom or dad or your child abuse is a common thing, right?
right?
Yeah, so call police. I mean, then I said, okay, Aniket or Tanmay, my daughter and my son, okay, if I do that, okay, they'll take me. But I was just in their language. I was telling, then there won't be mom for feeding. You won't take you to movie or anything. Certain things I did.
I
They
mean, those
stopped.
are yeah, I'm sorry, like they are yeah, sometimes we may have to say those, right, to
Mm-hmm.
or do some things like that
Right. Mm-hmm.
uh, because it warrants. But we
Right.
have to this is our true knowledge, and if when we apply to ourselves our own behavior, we have to follow
Mm.
this.
Right. Right. Yeah, I know, Badrigar. Yeah, that's a challenging. My kids, fortunately, they stopped saying anything after I said, okay, you will not have mom to do all these things. Fortunately, it worked with them, but I agree. Yeah, children are very smart here.
Okay, so let's chant 23, sloka 23. Udasinavad asino
Udasina
Udasinavadasino
gunairyo na vichalyate.
Gunairyate
Gunayo na vicharyate
Guna vartanta ityeva
Guna vartanta
Gunavartanta
ityeva
Eva
yovatishthati nengate.
Yo
Yo vai
Vatistanti
ningate
Let's chant together. Udasinavadasino
Navadasino
Sina Vadasino
gunairyo
Gunaiyo
na
na
vichalyate.
Navicharyate
Guna
Gunavartanta
Gunavartanta
ityeva
ityeva
yovatishthati nengate.
Vatishtati Negate.
So, Lord Krishna is continuing. Yaha, so whoever, so he's talking about that person, who has transcended the three qualities. Udasinavat asinaha. Okay. Um, he remains indifferent. Okay. Gunaihi navichalyate. So by the gunas, so gunaihi is by the gunas, by the three qualities, navichalyate, is not disturbed. Okay. So whoever is remaining indifferent and not disturbed by the gunas. So that is one here. Okay. So first in the previous sloka he said neither hates nor craves for them. Now he's saying remains indifferent and is not getting disturbed by them. Okay. Gunaha vartante iti. So when he sees something, the effects of the gunas, so he thinks that the gunaha vartante iti. So the three qualities are acting. Uh, so it is the gunas that are acting. That's why this is happening. Okay. So that is how he thinks. And yaha avatishtati na ingate. So whoever remains stable. Okay. So I mean who remains stable, thinking that the gunas are acting in this way. Okay. And na ingate means he does not act based on the prompted by the guna. So he does not react basically. So he understands why things are happening. Okay. So the gunas are the reason why the effects are produced. Okay. Guna eva iti vartante. Um, and then so he remains stable and does not waver, means like he's not affected by those effects of the gunas. Okay. Remains indifferent, is not disturbed, and he understands why things are happening, so he remains stable and does not waver, does not react based on the whatever reaction, based on the effects that he's seeing. Okay. So this is one more wonderful technique, wonderful sloka. Okay. How to overcome the gunas. Um, And see, usually what happens is the effects of the guna that we experience will trigger another guna within us. Okay. So somebody is late. Then what? And then what happens? It will trigger us to become angry, right? Angry on that person. We start hating that person. Somebody, um, whatever maybe something or the person or whatever it is acting or doing, and we are experiencing the effects of that. Okay, and we react back. Okay, if we don't realize that the gunas are the ones that are acting, we actually start reacting in a different way. Okay, so one thing is um, we need to be indifferent. um, uh, Indifferent to the effects of the three qualities, neither hate, not crave for them, but be indifferent to the effects of the three qualities, and not be disturbed, and um, know why why the effects are happening, and do not waver.
So udasinata in regular meaning, right? Like alasatvam. So it's not that here.
No, no.
It's different. Okay.
Yeah. Indifferent, unconcerned.
Hmm.
Okay. So um, something is
Normally.
provoking within us,
Hmm.
something is coming up,
Hmm.
then uh, we become indifferent. Something is
Hmm.
affecting us, we become indifferent to it. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was thinking like udasinata normally we use in a little,
Telugu is different.
yeah, in a bad, not bad, I mean, different sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, sir. Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so basically, uh, remain. So what is the behavior of that person? So he remains indifferent, unconcerned about the effects of the three gunas. Okay. Why? Because self is different from the gunas. Okay. And we do not have the desires or aversions related to the effects of the gunas. Right. So, so that's why he remains indifferent, unconcerned. Okay. So when he comes across the effects of the three gunas, he attributes them to the three gunas only and not to the self. Okay. So we are not influenced by the three gunas and do not act just to react to the effects of the three gunas. So that is the key. That is when you overcome the three gunas. Okay. So I mean, I just gave a small story that um, uh, it's a little bit difficult to understand this concept and getting influenced and not reacting to it. Not getting influenced and not reacting to it is the right thing to do. But typically we get influenced by the gunas and then we react to the gunas. Okay, that is because we do not differentiate. We want to experience. We get attached to those gunas. We want to experience them. So basically, what happens is if the guna exists as is, okay, when we see it as something that is outside, then and we don't hate it and we don't crave for it, uh, then we are not adding uh, gas to the fire. The fire is there, but we don't add the gasoline, right? So, but if we are getting attached to it, then it actually burns us. Okay, the fire may be a little bit there over there, but if we add some more gasoline on it, it blows up, right? And it just burns everything. Um, that is what I mean. We should not be doing. If we get ourselves attached to that guna, thinking that it is for me, my this belongs to me, that differentiating between, if we are not differentiating between the self and the body, self does not have the gunas, body has the gunas, and I should not be getting affected by the gunas. If we don't know that, then what happens is we want to acquire it because it is attractive. I mean, I like it, things that I like, things I don't, and I hate. So the liking things I want, the hating things I want to be far away from them. So like when liking things are missed, then I start crying. Hating things come near me, I start crying. So that is when we are getting succumbed to these gunas. Okay, so we are operating within the purview of those gunas and trying to optimize, and say that okay, I should be happy always, and my happiness is derived from how I manage the three gunas to my own uh, liking, right? That is totally the wrong concept. We should not even be we should not be influenced by the three gunas at all. It's not like we get influenced because I like it and I want to keep doing the same thing again and again because I like it and because I enjoy it. And that's when we get affected by the three gunas. So, I mean, one example is we are walking through mall, right? The shopping mall, and there are shops, on both sides, and people outside. There are different lights and everything. It's very attractive. And then there are salespeople standing outside the shops, and then asking you to come, 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 sir. They'll start showing you all kinds of attractive things, right? Um, if we are intelligent, what do we do? I mean, we went to mall for a particular purpose, let us say, buy only one thing, or we just want to see and enjoy and come back. But as we walk along, if we get attracted by these salespeople showing all these things, and then we go into each and every shop, what happens?
Buy something.
Yeah, we buy, right? And we lose all the money. We don't have money. Then we think, oh, I need more money. And then either we are happy for buying that or unhappy for not buying the things that we wanted. So we get sucked into that whole loop.
Cycle, right? Cycle kind
So,
of.
yeah, it becomes a cycle. Imagine if I see it is not that you should start fighting with those salespeople for showing you, isn't it? See, you don't want to buy. What do? You just don't hate and then start fighting with him. Hey, why are you standing outside and showing that to me? Then also you're in trouble. You just walk along. Be indifferent. Don't be affected by it. Be unconcerned by the effects of the three qualities. Just like, so the qualities may come, right? The urge to do things may come, or the effects may come onto you, but be indifferent to them. We don't be concerned by them. It's like start thinking about them and then either trying to minimize or maximize. You know, don't try to do them by yourself, right? Don't try to get attached to them. But when they fall on us for any reason, we are unconcerned about it. We don't. try to react to them, hating, liking, and trying to repeat the same thing again and again, or trying to throw, get out of it. So it becomes what happens is then we are getting succumbed to that. Okay. Uh, so we don't overcome the guna. That is what this is saying.
Yeah, but Prasad garu, yeah, I think this one basically one thing that helps, this knowledge helps us is we know why these thoughts or these tendencies are occurring in us by having this knowledge. Then, for example, if we feel like overeating or doing some overindulging, then you know that one particular guna is acting up, or let us say is being dominant. So I think the key here is we should not do that activity and then say, oh, it's my gunas, so I can't help it. Is it correct to think that,
Yeah.
we should not do the activity with this
Yeah.
knowledge? That is the
Yeah.
key.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good point. So if you see, the tendency is, let us say, uh, you know, like one simple example is, the we rob a bank, let us say, robbed a bank, and then they come and say, okay, now you robbed it, we have to punish you. And I say, no, it is my guna that did. I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Okay, taking advantage of that knowledge. It is not. I mean, see, the gunas will try to, in your example, Balaji garu, like they will influence us, and then we get influenced by it, and then we say that, oh, the guna did it, is not the right thing. The knowledge is to recognize recognize that the guna is influencing me, okay, and be indifferent to that. It is not me. Okay,
Exactly.
it is not me. It is not for me. It is for the body. Now, for the sake of body, if something has to be done, you do it. Don't hate it. Okay. So, for example, I have to sleep. Okay, we become tired and then we sleep. Uh, then don't hate that activity. That is, you are that happened because of, let us say, I mean, maybe some misunderstanding, delusion occurred, whatever has occurred. We when it happens, understand that it happened because of the guna, but don't try to do it and then blame the guna for it. Right? So then if you try to do it and blame the guna for it, means you are already, I mean, you're putting gas to the fire. You are already attached to it.
Yes.
But for the sake of others, or for our own satisfaction, we are saying that, oh, no, gunas are influence. Like, just like, we are walking in the mall, and then the salesperson, shows some stuff, and then we get influenced by that, and then we go into the shop, and then we spend, let us say, all the money that we have, and it's all waste. Don't blame the salesperson for it. Okay. Blame yourself. I mean, blame yourself in the sense that uh, like, don't blame the salesperson. When I say don't blame the salesperson, before going in itself, we don't say that, oh, no, it's salesperson's problem. That's why I'm doing it. That is like taking advantage of that knowledge. When you have the knowledge, you're supposed to protect yourself from it. Don't apply the knowledge to, say that, the whatever problem that has happened is because of the
Gunas.
guna. Yeah, I hope.
So one more thing, and this in chapter 3, Bhagavan also said, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. So one is everyone is acting subject to the gunas, and then ahankara vimudatma karta ahamiti manyate. So the person without knowledge thinks that he is doing it instead of thinking that the gunas are responsible for the actions. So it's, I think, similar. There, I think the meaning was negated, and here it is being. These two are connected, and
Yeah. I mean, third Shatkam is basically detailing whatever was given in the first two Shatkams, first and
uh,
second Shatkam. Like it provides more detail in a categorized way. Like it's first Shatkam. It went like a story, right? Based on what Arjuna asked question, Lord Krishna started saying, and then he didn't give all the details in first Shatkam itself. It is not like he's writing a theory paper there, right?
right,
So he gave some concepts here and there, but third Shatkam, he categorized, classified all those things into one place. Everything related, he put it in one place in third
yeah,
Shatkam.
got it.
So
Yeah,
yeah, that's very good. Like all the guna related things is put in this chapter. So
yeah,
everywhere you
because
got gunas in the first Shatkam, second Shatkam, he
yeah,
tried to pick them up, and then
uh,
now that we have some understanding, like in the first two Shatkams, we have some understanding. Now he put them in a like a consolidated fashion.
I'm sorry, I just got it. Because yeah, you're right. Actually, there he gave three slokas. Tattva vittu mahavahu gunakarma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartante. Yeah, this is more and prakrute guna sammuda. Yeah, so this is a kind of summary of those. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Right.
Prasad Garu, sorry, I quickly read through your next slide, the toy thing. I mean, the toys, whatever you explained, right? I think I'll just read the story. I mean, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here, right? I mean, and if it is toy, that's fine. But what about his wife, right? I mean, same thing could happen, and your spouse asks you to buy something, and I mean, so um, um, right. I mean, at least for the toy case, I don't think the right or wrong answer. Whatever dad could do, he did it, and
Yeah, I mean the here basically there's no right or wrong. It is basically to the boy who doesn't understand that the toy, every toy that he sees, that's what. So he's getting attached to that attractive toys. Okay, and then when he doesn't get them, he starts crying. Okay, but so he thinks that those attractive things should belong to him. So
yeah,
it is his property.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so he's getting attached. That leads to problems.
yeah,
But if we understand that those qualities are actually the qualities of the toy, they belong to the store, something like nature. I mean, here the differentiation is that whatever quality is there in nature, don't try to attach yourself to it. Get influenced. Don't try to get influenced by it. Is the summary. So here, what happened is the boy got influenced by the toy, and then he starts crying. And if he this actually is a real story. I mean, this so if the boy understands that the toys actually belong to the shelf, right? Not for me. I am separate. I'm different, and this I'm only here for some time. I will see all the toys, and the toys are property of the shop, right? And then there is no crying. Simple, as simple as it is. So if
and
we don't understand that the qualities are who is having the quality and who should be owning the quality, and then it becomes a problem. So the influencing, getting influenced by the three gunas is one is not disturbed, right? So we should not be disturbed by it. We should become indifferent by those three qualities because we know that they are different from us. Okay, and whenever they happen, we understand that it is because of the qualities, not because of us. I mean, even in that example, the father and son example, if the son starts crying, then should the father beat the son? No, right?
No, right? No, absolutely not.
It's nothing, no fault of the son. Son was so the fact that the son is crying is because he's influenced by the three qualities. He was influenced by the toys in the shop. If he was not in the shop, the son wouldn't be rolling on the floor and then crying, isn't it? So there is a direct relationship between the toy and the son crying. But if the toy is not there, the son won't be crying. So if you just look at the activity that the son is crying, then we think, oh, this son is a bad person, right? I mean, the boy is really bad, doesn't listen, and all that. But the crying is because of not because the boy is bad. It is because he was influenced by the three gunas. That's how we need to understand. So I mean, our reaction would be like appropriate in that case. It will not be affect. It will not be prompted by the three gunas. Okay. Um, so I mean, one more example is we become. Let us say we we are becoming angry. Okay. Immediately we should become indifferent to it, and we are not disturbed, and we understand that anger is because of the rajas, rajas quality, and that's it. We stop there. We do not act on it as prompted by the guna. So when anger comes, we don't start shouting and throwing stuff, hurting people. Uh, I know it's difficult. It's difficult to practice, but we understand why that feeling has come into us, and then we try to become we remain indifferent about it. Okay, 24, 25. Hope we can do 24, 25.
Sorry, sir. I just have one question.
Sure.
Yeah, this it's a little bit difficult, right? Especially when we say unconcerned, um, it's just a little bit hard for me to understand, right? So, you, if I were to take an example, right? We always want to reduce, recycle, right? Just to um, be concerned for the nature, right? And then it's quite obvious you try to do that at home, right? And then you want to be the change the others should follow, right? So you do all those things, but it's same time not everybody's same, right? You see them taking paper towels, unnecessarily using it more and more, right? I mean, especially people who are born and brought up here, right? uh, and that's then you become concerned, and then you try to give them advices, and then they will never take it, right? They'll do opposite of it. So um, I mean, then my rajas will act up, right? So it is just very hard to be unconcerned, sir. I'm just giving one example.
I mean, unconcerned. So you should be concerned about the environment. That's okay. Unconcerned it is in relationship to the qualities, the effects of the three qualities that arise in us. Um, so don't react to them. That is what is unconcerned. Okay. So if you have to tell them again, you will tell them again, but you will not react to the rajas that occurs. And when you are getting angry, you will understand that it is because of the rajas, and then you will not act on it. You will not act on that anger. Out of anger, you will not do things.
Yeah.
You will do things because you are supposed to do. So there is a difference. Like when we do it in anger, our action will be totally different from what should have been, right? So because anger takes over, and then we lose ourselves. But when we become angry, understand that it is because of the rajas quality, and don't act on it. But it doesn't mean that you should not act when somebody is trying to do something bad. We should definitely act on it, but we don't act on it out of anger or hatred
Yeah.
or
So
craving. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was going to say to Rupa's question. In my experience, also, what happens is this is a practice, right? So, for example, we are in a meeting. Maybe for out of 10 meetings, for 9 meetings, you have successfully applied this knowledge, and you remained very balanced in answering others' questions with patience, and without rajas or yelling at them and things like that. But 11th 10th time, probably we can't do that, because we are still practitioners. We are trying to get there. So similarly, when we try to explain the children or someone, we try to be patient, first 3 times, 4 times. Then if still they don't do it, I think that's when again we go back to we forget this knowledge for that moment. And I think also what Bhagavan said in chapter 3, that
Mhm.
so the people without this knowledge, when they are trying to follow their gunas, then we should not stop them, but rather educate them. See, for example, let us say we are advising somebody to practice yoga.
Mhm.
So the person is, not doing it, and we see that this happens with me many times. Especially when it is your close family or cousins.
Mhm.
So you really feel like helping them, and you can, but they just don't want to follow.
Mhm.
So we should not really force that person, going after them and making it sound like we are controlling them.
Mhm.
So rather, we should try to give them the knowledge, and appreciate that it takes time for them to change, because everybody is acting based on the gunas, and
Yeah.
that is very important.
Yes, and
But
yeah, that's a good example. Yeah.
if somebody is doing totally something wrong, like I think as somebody said, it's a disaster. Then of course we have to put our foot down. We can't say, okay, let's give him some time to act.
Right.
So it depends on how the child is getting impacted.
Right.
If they're totally doing something against dharma or immoral, we have to put our foot down. That is not considered as rajasic. Probably that is considered as sattvic, because we are enforcing the dharma, or protecting the child, actually saving them. Versus, some when they do certain mistakes, let's say sometimes they sleep, they don't sleep, and we know it's clearly impacting them. When our child doesn't sleep until 3 o'clock, they think it's normal, because everybody else is doing, probably their friends. So those cases, I think we need patience, and find different way to influence them.
Yep. Yeah. And when we see those things, right, like someone is oversleeping or someone is angry, we know what is the reason
Uh,
why that is occurring. It is because of the sattva, rajas, and tamas
that
qualities.
was called it.
And when it is in front of us, we don't hate hate that quality. I mean, hate that activity. Okay, we have to we have to do our duty. But what happens is, like, when let us say someone is not following what I said, right? I become angry and then react to it. What has happened there? I'm not surpassing that anger, right? I became angry, isn't it?
You lose the ability to think, right? Once you become angry.
Yeah. So what
Yes, that's it.
these
That is
slokas,
correct.
what Lord Krishna is saying is one who has overcame the three qualities. So the one who has surpassed these qualities, or transcended these three qualities, is not you know is not acting out of anger when things like that. Whenever something happens, he understands why they're happening, and he is indifferent to the effects of the three qualities. So these are all the basics, right? Once we so when certain quality is rising in us, okay, we should be unconcerned. Okay, this is not for me. Okay, this is not me. This is this quality acting upon. Like
And
some.
sometimes we also see people intentionally doing this, right? So this happens a lot in our work environment, transactions. So that other person is totally irrational and they are doing it purposefully. These things happen, certainly. But this knowledge, is tremendously helping me, because it helps us to, first of all, understand, and actually you feel sympathy for that other person. But of course, we can't let it go, because that's our job, right? So our job is to kind of do the right thing at work, or let's say the duties assigned to us. But we'll be able to overcome that without getting impacted.
Yeah.
You don't, if this knowledge is not there, that's it. You go into the movie, the whole day you are only thinking about that particular person.
Yeah, because it affected us,
Yes.
right? We are thinking that the person is wrong, person is not good, I hate that person, or I hate that activity. Or I miss it, I wish I had it. All this is going to fill us, fill our brain with with all those thoughts, and then we are affected by them. So
And
one who
eventually you try to react as well sometimes.
exactly, I mean, it evokes, right? Like those effects on us, if we are attached to them or influenced by them, then we tend to react. That's what Lord Krishna is saying here. Don't do that. Okay, you know why it has happened. Okay, uh, and don't react. Don't try to. I mean, don't be affected by it. 24. Is it okay if we go a few more minutes?
Yeah, maybe if possible, it may be better to complete the chapter, but
Complete the
it's
chapter
we
also?
leave it. Yeah, we leave it up to you. And it's
Yeah, I can.
whatever you
If
want
I
to.
have, if it is okay with you.
So
There are
then
only
we
4
can start.
slokas. The other
Yeah,
2
correct.
slokas are quick. Hopefully, this one. I mean, this would be interesting. I don't want to. I mean, this is interesting discussion also. If you can spend a few more minutes.
Sure,
Uh,
9:30 or something.
so okay, that's great.
I'm okay.
Thank you.
But rest of I think, yeah, I mean,
So yeah, we'll go a few more minutes, and we'll try to. Um, because these are all related, so that's why we don't want to break. Okay, 24. Samadukha sukha swasthaha
Samadukha sukha swasthaha
samaloshtasmakanchanaha
samaloshtasma kanchanaha
tulya priya priyo dhiraha
tulya
Tulya
priya priya
Modira
dhiraha
Tulya nindatma samstutihi.
तुल्यनिन्दात्मस्तुतिः
Tulyanindastasam
Let's chant together. Samadukha sukha
Samadukha
swastaha.
sukha swastaha
Samalostasmakanchanaha.
Samalostasmakanchanaha
Tulya
तुल्यप्रिया
priya
प्रियो
Priya Priyo
priyo
Dhiraha
तुल्यनिन्दात्मसंस्तुतिः
Tulyanindatmasamstuti.
25 also will chant. They're together.
ओके
Manavamanayostulyah.
मानवमानयोस्तुल्यः
Manavamanayostulyah
Tulyo mitraripakshyoho.
Tulyo
तुल्योऽमित्रारिपक्षयोः
mitraripakshayoho
Sarvarambha parityagi.
Sarvarambha
सर्वविद्याहि
parityagi
Gunatitas sa uchyate.
गुणात्
Gunatitassa
उच्यते
uchyate
Let's chant together.
Manavamanayostulyah
Manavamanayostulyah.
Tulyo
Tulyo
mitraripakshayoho
mitraripakshayoho.
Sarvarambha parityagi Gunatitassa
Gunatitasya
uchyate.
uchyate. Okay. So he's continuing. One who transcended the three qualities. Okay. Uh, what is his nature? What is his conduct? Samadukha sukha. Some of these have already come in previous slokas, right? So you may relate to what came in previous chapters. Samadukha sukha is one who considers grief and joy equally, unaffected by pain and pleasure. Okay. And next is swastaha, one who abides in self, focuses on self. Okay. Samalostasma kanchanaha. So one who considers the three words here. One is lump of earth, second is stone, third is gold. Sama. So as equal. One who considers all three as equal. Tulya priya priyaha. Priya apriya. Tulya priya apriya. Tulya is equal. Priya and apriya are likes and dislikes. So one who considers pleasing or liking things and unpleasing or disliking things as equal. Dhiraha, one who is able to distinguish self and body. Okay, so Dhiraha is a wise person. Then last is Tulya Nindatma Samstutihi. Tulya Ninda Atma Samstutihi. So one who considers blame and praise equally. These are all the things this one who has transcended the three qualities will be showing this conduct behavior. Okay.
Okay. Can you please divide the words like losta kanchana, that sentence? Samalo.
Losta asma kanchanaha. There are
Losta
three.
means mud.
Yeah.
Okay. Losta. What is the second one?
Stone.
Stone means what?
Asma.
Asma. Okay. Thank you.
Let me. Yeah. Okay. So I mean these are very they look. I mean how can one treat grief and joy equally? It doesn't look logical. unaffected by pain and pleasure? Is it even possible? Or of course, focused on self is probably, now that we completed almost 14 chapters, we try, we kind of understand. Always focused on self, not on the, not on the body. So maybe we may understand that. Uh, but of course, it is difficult. But there's, so that is one. And then how can we, I mean, this is even more difficult to understand. What is the meaning of considering a lump of earth, that is mud, okay, stone, some stone, and gold as equal?
Yeah, I think we read this before, right? And the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Not wrong then.
S- I mean, what is the meaning of considering them as equal mean? Like, anyone?
I mean, in real case, if you see gold, and
So
when you see
the
stone, you don't, you just, you don't, I mean, you take it to your home, right? I mean, or you don't run behind that stone or earth, right?
Yeah.
The gold, when you see gold, of course, the long queue, you'll be right standing in the gold to buy things and right. I think craving for them, right? And don't crave for. I think treat them equal. That's what I think. You never crave for stones or anything else.
Oh, obviously we know we don't crave for a lump of earth or stone. We crave for gold. But considering them equally means they are
Don't give
considered
a
equal.
lot of preference to gold. Just uh, don't give any special value to it.
Right.
for a person who is in spirituality, the value that is provided by these three is the same. I mean,
Yes.
materially, the value
Ma-
is different, right? Obviously, gold is more expensive and everybody wants to possess it in material world. But for a person who actually is in the
Trying
knowledge
to
of self,
travel into that path.
yeah, exactly. So once we have the self knowledge of the self, then you see little value in the material world.
Oh. I mean, so let us take one example, right? So, we give a lump of earth, some stones, and then some gold to a person. Okay, normal person, any person.
Any person.
Obviously, gold has a lot of value,
Yes.
and so they're very happy for getting the gold, right? And what we do is we put all these three, lump of earth, stone, and gold, in a room and place that person in the room and lock it. Let's imagine. Lock the room. Okay. So initially he's still happy. Oh, he has a lot of gold. He can buy so many things, and it's very happy. Stones, of course, they have lesser value, and a lump of earth is no value at all. So he will be happy. So he will be start seeing them as unequal initially, right?
Mm.
But after a couple of days, what happens?
Mm. If he knows he doesn't, he won't be allowed to go outside and trade the gold, then he try to slowly adjust and see them all equal. If he knows he can trade, then he still thinks gold
yeah,
has.
there's no way. So he's feeling so hungry.
He
Okay.
cannot use them.
So he's for that person, all these three are equal.
Mm.
Doesn't matter. He just wants food. Please take all my gold. I don't care. Give me some food, little bit water. Okay. So so for that person now, all three become equal, isn't it? He will not start seeing gold as I mean, once he gets to the stage where is so hungry or thirsty, he's the value that he gave for gold has become zero. It is not helpful for him at all, right? The gold is not fetching him any food, same as a stone, same as lump of earth. So they're all equal for him. There's no use, there's no value for them, right? So this person, the one who has transcended the three qualities, for that person, he considers all these materialistic things has no value as far as he is concerned. Okay, so that means a couple of things. So he's looking for, he's focused on self. So whatever is good for self is good for him. Whatever is valuable for self is valuable for him. Lump of earth, stone, or gold has no value for the Atma, right? uh, he's not going to wear a lump of earth or stone or gold on Atma and it becomes valuable for Atma. No, has absolutely no value for. They're equal in value. So, isn't it? So that is one. And second is, even if he puts like gold chains on his body, still he will see that this is the body that is wearing the gold chain, not me. So again, for that person, that gold has no value for him. Okay, whatever maybe shiny and beauty that is happening because of the gold still has no value for him. Okay, so such a person is not going to be affected by the gold. Okay, I want more gold, or I will start crying if I lose gold, because for that person it is gold is as good as stone. We have no value for the Atma. Okay, and he would not react to like when he loses gold. Okay, he would not crave for gold when it is not there. Okay, so I mean, lump of earth, stone, Lord Krishna gives the same actually. Like basically, one is no value, one is little bit value, one is too much value in materialistic sense. But for one who has exceeded these three qualities, surpassed these three qualities, is means he is not affected by these three qualities. For that person, he would not care about gold at all. From the perspective, of course, he's not going to throw the gold. Whatever he has, he will not start throwing it onto the road. Uh, he will not be careless. But for him, he understands that it doesn't provide any value for Atma. Okay, and it is if he is considering it as not equal value, then he's still affected by the gunas. Okay, so all are similar. Grief and joy equally unaffected by pain and pleasure. They are happening for the body, not for Atma. Okay, he is indifferent to them. He's not, uh, as far as he means the Atma is concerned. He knows that it is for the body that is happening, so he's indifferent to them. Okay, whatever pain and pleasure are happening, he would experience it as part of the body experience. It's not that he's not going to feel the pain or pleasure, but internally he will not treat them as different. They're equally good, equally bad for him. Okay, so again, likings, dislikings, same, and who considers blame and praise equally. This is very important. then for the same, the blame or praise typically is for Atma or for the body.
Body.
Body, right? The quality body and the qualities of the body. Okay, so one who has transcended the qualities, he is unconcerned about them, means the effects of those qualities. He's not going to feel so happy when somebody praises, because it is the qualities of the body, it's not his qualities. Okay, and he's not going to feel the blame, he's not going to start crying when there is a blame. Again, the blame is for the qualities of the body, um, and whatever qualities that he has, he's not going to hate it. Okay, when he has it. Okay, so for example, if someone is, let us say, you know whatever color their skin may be, whatever height they may be, whatever gender they may be, race they may be, it is there, it is for the body. Now what is there to cry over it, right? Like, I don't hate it. We should not be hating uh, whatever is there, right? I mean, if we are hating or craving for it, then we still did not overcome the three qualities. We are indifferent to them, then we have overcome, and we can cross check whether we have become indifferent to them or not, by, like, with this, it's like a test, blame or praise. If somebody praises, oh, how great you are, and say, oh my god, I'm so great, I feel happy. Okay, but that greatness is for the body, the qualities of the body has nothing to do with you, right? So then if somebody blames, totally crying, again, it's qualities of the body. So one who has one who considers these two as equal has overcome the three qualities. And typically this blame and praise would result, I mean, rajasic nature, right? If someone has rajasic nature, will, of course, tamasic also, they get um, affected by them, they react to them. So if we are able to treat it properly, that means I have overcome the rajasic tendency, rajasic nature, or quality, and also tamasic quality, because I am able to understand that I am different from the body. So that is sattvic quality, inherently sattvic quality of the atma. Okay, so tulya manava manayo. So again, honor and dishonor, mana avamana. So when there is honor, somebody honors, oh great, how great you are, and feel so great when we are honored, and when we are so depressed when we are dishonored, then we are not overcome the three qualities. Um, Tulya, Mitra, Mitra, Ari. So to having equal mind, okay, towards friends and foes. Okay, so again, we are unbiased. These all came in our previous chapters.
Bhakti
Like,
Yoga. Bhakti
yeah.
Yoga,
So there are two important. So chapter 12, sloka 13 to 19. Okay, has 36 qualities of karma palatyagi. Okay, so adveshtaha, maitraha, karunaha, nirmamaha. So these are all the qualities that the karma palatyagi possesses, or these describe karma palatyagi. And the qualities of jnana yogi amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam. So these are from chapter 13, sloka 7 to 11. So they are related. Okay. Um, so we are getting them again here. So having equal unbiased mind towards friends and foes. So that means when a friend is near us, we jump up and down. Oh my God, something, I'm so happy. And then if what we consider as an enemy comes near us, we are so mad, we are so, our mood changes. Then we are affected by the gunas. Okay. If we treat them equally in whatever way it is, of course, it's not like um, if the enemy is hurting us. Let us say we should not be. We should protect ourselves. It's not like still treat him like a friend and then be hurt. We have to protect ourselves. But wherever we are, we one we consider as friend, another we consider as foe. We have to uh, and we are a judge, let us say, and we have to give a judgment. We are unbiased, or we are when a friend is near, we don't become too much excited compared to when a foe is near, and then become too much depressed or angry. um, Sarvarambha parityagi, so um, does not start anything that is not prescribed. Saha gunatitaha. So that person is the one who has transcended the three gunas. So these are the external behaviors that you can see. Someone who is having equal mind does not uh, you know like react based on these. So then he has overcome the three qualities. Okay. Oh, it's 7:30 already. So maybe we can.
So you took the class without drinking water, or you spoke 2.5 hours continuously?
I know.
Oh.
Maybe yeah, we can cover it in next class and
No.
problem.
It's not. I didn't even realize. It doesn't.
Wow.
I mean, again, with Acharya's blessings, God's blessings, whatever it's the ability that they give. If they don't give, I can't even speak a single word. If they give, they can give 24 hours, no problem. So I didn't realize, but for you, I think it may be late. But so we actually covered those two, and the third aspect is what is a means to achieve go to that state of overcoming the three qualities is basically bhakti yoga. Okay, so that's what Lord Krishna says in the next two slokas. Um, but this is, I mean, if you remember these, at least these 4 or 5, right? How many are there? Okay, we may have to just put 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Let us try to do that and see how many are there in this 14th chapter. The last few slokas, 21 to 27. 22 to 27, and then see, just try to remember the qualities that will, how we can overcome the three effects of the three qualities, and put something like this one. Okay, so that way we'll remember. Um, one thing is, if we are um, if we want self-realization and we are following karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, this is automatically covered. So this is looking from the aspect of overcoming the three qualities. But how karma yoga, karma palatyagi works, how gnani, what are the qualities that a gnani should have, for self-realization. They must overcome the effects of the three qualities. Obviously, if they don't overcome, then they cannot move in the right direction, right? So these are like overlapping. Okay, so but if we are just focused on the effects of the three gunas, and I want to like control myself, like somebody, yeah, all the karma yoga, gnana yoga concepts, let us say they're not into it, but they want to just control their reactions, emotions. Okay, they need to understand these concepts really well, and so when they overcome these three qualities, they're not influenced by them, so they don't they're balanced. Basically, they don't become affected by the like angers or um, the tamasic behavior, like delusions or ignorance, sleepiness, laziness, and all those things. They will not be attracted to them. They will not be influenced by them.
Right, 160 qualities, right, between those two chapters, what we learned.
Yeah, so 20.
24 plus 36.
Yeah,
60, yeah.
50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
there
amount.
are more actually, but we will.
So,
And I think 16 chapter also has a lot of qualities. So we should note down those when it comes. Okay. Thank you so much.
I mean, so the next
Uh,
thing, I mean, do you want to ask questions in the middle of this, or maybe the initial one? Maybe I don't know. I mean, let us know. In fact, right? I think the questions is taking time. So,
no. I mean, there's nothing like taking time or taking less time.
okay, okay.
It's good. I mean, questions are good. I mean, without that, we will not understand.
Get it, right?
And some things are learnings for us. Based on your experiences, your interpretation analysis also will help. I mean, everyone's right.
I get it.
Everyone's in,
Yeah.
and if we are not able to apply the principle, the same principle that we are reading, we are chanting at that time, then maybe it is there somewhere else. So we can discuss, no problem.
Thank you.
The goal is to understand all the concepts, and we should be able to apply them in our life.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
we want to close. Thank you very much, sir. I just want to bring up one thing with Balaji sir, right? So, Balaji sir, long time back when we talked about Ayurveda, right? This Vata, Pitta, Kapha, this we call Mahabhutas are associated with three gunas, right? The type of being you are is aligned with the guna, right? I mean, it was briefly mentioned by you long time back, right? So I just wanted to understand, in here, does Krishna connect with that, or is it just our Ayurveda gunas? I don't know.
No, yeah, they are comparable, Rupa. They are actually basically they are tattvas, right? So in other words, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, they are related to, for example, Vata is the nature of Vata is more like gas, so Vayu Tattva, and Pitta is fire. Kapha is what you call I'm getting the right word. So Kapha is the um,
Flum.
phlegm, yeah, phlegm, right?
Mm.
So those are the yes. So those are the yeah. If a person, you are correct. Actually, there is a correlation. For example, if a person is Vata by nature, they tend to be always worried, even in a good sense. For example, if there is something that they have to do, they keep preparing from even 2 hours before, right? So we see that some people, same thing with Pitta people, they cannot let it go. So yeah, so by knowing the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, these three doshas, what they call in Ayurveda, so then that helps us actually to follow a specific food. For example, Vata people are not supposed to eat certain foods because it will aggravate the nature of Vata. And Ayurveda also says disease is essentially as a result of imbalance between these three doshas. Yes, there are a lot of similarities and between these two, correct.
I think she is asking between those good doshas and current topic like sattva, rajas, tamo. Is there a relationship? Rupa,
Yeah,
is it?
so relation, there are similarities. They're not the same, first of all, because the gunas
That
here
is
that are
physical
with,
and this is mental, probably.
no, yeah, actually you're right. So this one is coming from the past samskaras, right? The gunas that we are acquiring here, what we are learning is coming from past samskaras. And Vata, Pitta, Kapha is more related to the nature of your body, correct? That's the key difference. Does it make sense, Rupa, or did you have a different understanding?
Yeah, it makes sense. Right, yeah, and again, it's already late, right? We can discuss it in next class.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
It's a very good question, Rupa. I think probably I know why you asked. I think, does that help to change the balance here? Probably, I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, good question actually.
Yeah, we can discuss in the next class, certainly. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, again, thanks to Sri Swamiji and our acharyas for giving us this great knowledge, and we are able to learn from it, practice it to make ourselves better. Thank you.
Varaprasad ji, I have a request.
Sure.
Can you please put your picture, recognizable picture in for few seconds in one of the classes, so that if we meet any airport or anything, we can recognize you and say thank you personally.
Sure. Yeah.
Because in this picture we cannot recognize you.
Oh yeah. I like it because I'm with Sri Swamiji.
Yes, Swami. For few seconds, that is
yeah,
good
no
enough.
problem, no problem. I mean, no problem. Based on your request.
Yeah, next class, let us have video call so that we all see each other.
Then we have to get ready. That is a bigger thing.
We should not be body conscious, right?
There we go.
Madhavi in the Pattu saree, okay? Next time.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Let's conclude with the concluding prayer. Kayena vacha manasendriyeva buddhyatmana va te swabhavat karomi yajjat sakalam parasmai
Narayanayati samarpayami
Srimanarayanayati samarpayami Sarvam
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Arpanastu Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha Jai Srimanarayan.